Hello everyone and welcome back to Talk Speak English, the channel that helps you speak English with confidence. What I want to do today is I want to look at some more keyword transformations. Keyword transformations are in the reading and use of English section of the Cambridge exams, and often my students find them extremely difficult. But don't worry, because in today's video we're going to use some simple steps that can help you tackle these tricky examples once and for all. So here we have the first example of a keyword transformation. With keyword transformations, the important thing to remember is that you can follow a simple set of steps that can help you solve, or at least give you an idea of the process. Let's take a look at the example in a bit more detail and the steps that we can follow. I regret not speaking to Tim earlier, and the word that we've been given is had. Let's take a look at sentence 2. So here we have I wish, then we have the gap, and earlier. Okay, so let's talk through the steps. Step 1. Do you recognize the word that has been given? In the first step, it's not immediately obvious. Okay, we have the word had, but we have to do a bit more work to understand exactly what to do with the example. Step 2. Is it similar to any words in the first sentence? So again, we have the word had, so I would say no, it's not similar. But we need to have a look at step 3. We need to talk more about the structure. If we look at the structure, it might help us a little further. Talking about regrets is something that at B2 level you should be familiar with. Here's the structure for expressing regret. And the phrase that we have in the second sentence, I wish, can often be used with the past perfect. For example, I wish I had caught the bus earlier. We have to remember how we form the past perfect, and this, of course, is had plus the past participle. So in this example, the past perfect is I had caught. Here we have another example. I wish I hadn't eaten so much food. Here we are saying that I did eat too much, and perhaps now I feel sick. And again, the past perfect here is had, or in the negative form, hadn't, and eaten. So let's apply this to our example. We know now that we need to use the past perfect, and we already have part of the past perfect as the clue, the word had. Now what we need to do is find the verb and put it in the past participle form. So the verb in the sentence that we have that is obvious is the verb speak. If we go back to our verb table, we know that it is speak, and then in the past simple is spoke, and the past participle is spoken. I wish I had spoken. Perfect. So now we have some idea, but we still need to know who we spoke to. And in the example, we can see that we have to Tim. The full sentence would be, I wish I had spoken to Tim earlier. And again, knowing about certain structures is vital at B2 level. And regrets with I wish comes up again and again. So it's important to understand it and to learn it. Another structure that is very common is active to passive sentences. Let's take a look at an example. The teachers were teaching the students well. And the word that we've been given here is were. Here we can skip steps 1 and 2, and we can go straight to step number 3, as we have a huge clue to help us identify what we need to do. If you look closely, you can see that the subject and the object of sentence 1 and sentence 2 have swapped. And this means that we can confidently say it is an active to passive sentence exercise. But what are the steps to turning an active sentence to a passive sentence? Let's take a closer look. Step 1, we have to move the object to the beginning of the sentence. And as we know, this has already been done for us, which is great. Step 2, we have to use the verb to be in the same tense as the main verb of the active sentence. And how do we find that? We need to look for the verb. So we can see that the verb is teaching and the teachers were teaching. So we have the past continuous. And what we have to do here is we have to transform into the past continuous with the verb to be, were being. Step 3, we need to add the past participle of the active verb. Okay, so the verb is teach, and if we go back to our verb table and the 3 forms, we have teach, taught, and the past participle taught. Step 4, we have to check if we need to use the preposition by. And in this case, of course, we do because we know who has performed the action. Now let's put it all together. The students were being taught by the teachers well. Let's try one more keyword transformation. And in this example, we're going to follow the steps. So first of all, do you recognize the word that has been given? We have the word invite. Okay, now is it similar to any of the words in the first sentence? And we can happily say that it is. It's very similar to the word ask. And again, we have a big clue here. If you do, I won't stay to meet him. So I think we're looking at a conditional sentence here. So we have if plus the present simple, and then we have will plus the infinitive. So here we have a sentence in the first conditional. Now all we need to do is use the word that we've been given and make a sentence in the first conditional. So the good thing is we already have the second half of the conditional sentence. And as we said earlier, we know that ask and invite are very similar, especially in this example. So we can say, if you invite John on Friday, I won't stay to meet him. Now again, let's check here that we have the structure correct. So we have if plus the present simple, and we have will plus the infinitive, I won't stay. Or in this case, we have will in the negative form. So we have will not. Perfect. So there we are, guys. That should give you an idea of just some of the structures that you need to work on at B2 level. Like I said during the exercises, it's very important that you focus on a number of grammatical structures because a lot of the time they will come up over and over again. So there we are, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, but also leave me a comment and tell me what you would like to see in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.